It's episode 6 of Unreal Adventure 2024 presented by Skyjacker Suspensions, and it's an epic road day filled with steam train sightings, a visit to a famous ghost town, mining operation time capsule tour, and incredibly beautiful Colorado high mountain passes, all bathed in million-dollar views and color-popping fall foliage. And if that's not enough, we even find the need to engage four-wheel drive and wind up breaking out a tow strap or two. It's an unreal, action-packed UA Day 6, and it starts now.
We spent another very pleasant evening at the Glade Run Recreation Area, and in honor of this being the 25th/1st annual Unreal Adventure, we reinstituted something we haven't done in a long time, and that is the Crony Breakfast. Now, this is where the cronies cook up breakfast for the entire group. And once again, that was led by none other than Chris Durham.
It was so good. We were scavenging all our ingredients from everybody's coolers before sunrise. And then Durham was like on the wheels of steel, just mixing it up for hours. We got good. I think everybody got like 3, so it's all good, man. We got to hit the road. Hey, don't worry.
Drivers meeting!
That might have been the best one yet.
Drivers meeting, everybody! All right, everybody, welcome to UA Day 6. Yeah! Unreal Adventure 2024 Day 6, presented by Skyjacker Suspension, starts now. How about Farmington? What do we think of Farmington?
Hey!
Now you know why they call it the Farmington Bump, right? We had, I think, more carnage yesterday than we've had on in recent memory on any other trail day, but y'all got fixed. Everyone's here, everyone's ready to go, so good on you. Special thanks to Off Again Off Road, who opened their doors, and Colt from Colt Builds It. Want to acknowledge Johnny and Amber Wood here from Woods Off Road, the official fabricator of UA 2024. Responsible for this truck that Trent and I are driving. A couple with integrity and principles and strong values. So I thank you guys for all you do and all you continue to do for us here. Yay. So that's all I had today. Thanks everyone for being an awesome crew this year. And Trent, what are we up to today?
Well, we are in for an absolutely drop-dead gorgeous drive today. We're going to be headed up into the mountains and pine trees and some of the most beautiful country I think this nation has to offer personally. Colorado is pretty breathtaking, but hope your cooling system is up to snuff because we're going to be doing some elevation changes today. That is for sure. So, all right, with that, let you guys get finished getting packed up and everything, and we will roll out of here. Let's see. Yeah, probably right at 8:30. So, all right, very good.
Thanks, everybody. Yeah. Thank you for breakfast.
I slept on top of the sleeping bag for a little too long. It was like -32, I'm pretty sure. Hell, I couldn't feel my feet when I woke up. So,
spoken like a true Viston.
Yes.
You know what?
Our normal temperature range is within like 20 degrees for the entire year. So when it swings 20 degrees in a day, that's a different world for me. Yeah.
My alarm clock was Corey laughing. My lullaby was Corey laughing.
Oh, could you hear me from up there?
Yeah.
That's what Tiger said too.
The harmonics bounce through the mountains.
All right, well, hey, you ready for the road day?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Are you guys ready to watch what's happening? Let's go do this.
We were in Farmington right as the seasons were changing from fall into winter, and that means temperature inversions. And while I don't want to get into a bunch of technical details, that also means it's prime hot air balloon season. Now I wish I could say that I had planned it this way, but it just so happened as we were leaving the Glade Run Recreation Area, there were several hot air balloon teams using the area to launch some hot air balloons. So everyone got a special treat.
Cool, they're just gonna deflate this right here on the road.
Hey Trent, this is David Bakebug. We are stuck behind a school bus and a hot air balloon on the access road.
Is this common on UA?
Happens every time.
Hey Dave, New Mexico's cool and everything, but I guess there's traffic everywhere.
Morning, everybody. It's Road Day Friday on the Unreal Adventure. Have a good day.
We hopped on the highway headed north, out of Farmington, and hoping to leave New Mexico in the rearview mirror in favor of Colorado. And in this case, that meant once again climbing in elevation. And that also means a rapid change in both scenery and terrain. The southwestern portion of Colorado is absolutely beautiful for many different reasons. And there are a bunch of towns in this area that are worth exploring, the largest of which is Durango. And Durango has a lot of permanent residents, as well as it attracts a lot of tourists for a lot of different reasons. Our primary reason for being there was to get some fuel, and that was to then head further north into even cooler scenery.
Durango, Colorado is one of my favorite towns. I almost moved here once 25 years ago. I didn't. And every time I come back, I'm like, wonder what it'd be like if I lived here. And today, if I lived here, I'd be like, look at all those guys going on the Unreal Adventure. That's so cool. But instead, I'm on the Unreal Adventure getting fuel. Ha! You made a poet. Didn't even know it.
That was beautiful. We're heading up into the San Juan Mountains. It's the fall colors are starting to pop. It's going to be a pretty scenic day. We got some nice stuff in store for us.
Kind of nice to start to see the pine trees and all that. I see mountains, and not that we haven't, but you can just tell you're getting into the Rocky Mountains. So I'll probably be busting out a can of oxygen here and start pre-oxygenating myself so I don't get a little bit too tired. I'm already kind of feeling it actually from yesterday. So it was also hot yesterday. I think it kind of kicked my butt a little bit. So I'm just going to try to mellow down just today and relax because still got after this day one more long, hard day and victory party.
Don't get me wrong, Corey's Scout smells really, really bad. I'm talking, it smells like old rust, 90 shag, 0-to-1 air-fuel ratio. It smells really bad. I just stumbled upon the Supernova air freshener. I don't know how they captured the smell of the galaxy, but we got it right here, 2-pack. We're gonna put these in and we're gonna block our windshield with this, and hopefully the Colorado police don't pull us over for some road violations.
You know, all of Arizona, all the Walmarts, no balloons, no squirt guns in Arizona.
I kind of miss my dog. He's a healer dog.
Colorado is famous for all sorts of reasons, and one of those is most definitely the windy mountain roads that traverse the Rocky Mountains. As we depart Durango's 6,500-foot elevation, Highway 550 starts a less than subtle climb to nearly 11,000 feet at Milestar Pass. With aspen trees turning fall colors of yellow and orange, steep, craggy canyons and peaks that run down to Lime Creek below, and the ruins and tailings of the area's famed mining history, it's an effort to keep your eyes on the ever-twisting roadway. As we climb higher, the mountain air turns from cool to downright chilly, but even with the colder air and infrequent downgrades punctuating the steep gains in elevation, some of the group is still facing overheating issues.
Touching 273, 274. We figured we might want to let off it a little bit. That, and then it just took it all away from us anyways.
Does that look better?
Yeah.
Put these back on so you can read the temp gauge. Oh boy. We'll take these back off so you won't see the temp gauge.
All right, we are on Highway 550. Right now, we are just short of Silverton, Colorado. We're on the Milestar Pass, just shy of 11,000-foot pass. And you had another pass that was about the same elevation. Unfortunately,
That did take out a couple members of our group, so we're waiting on them to catch up, and then we're going to continue on into Silverton.
Beautiful drive up here. Jessica was just commenting that it definitely beat Arizona's views, so she was very happy with it. I don't think you can capture on film how beautiful it is up here.
Doesn't get any prettier.
Does not get any prettier, I don't think.
We're finally back home. Like, it's Colorado's a little different, but this is definitely a lot more the temperature and the kind of roads we're used to driving. So it's been fun. This even at elevation, now that the temperature's cooler, we haven't broken 180 all day. Not that we've had any issues with overheating on the trip, but it's fun and it's beautiful here. I mean, we hit it right in fall, so everything's nice and colorful, and it's great. I'm bummed that UA is coming to an end, but we still got one more fun day.
It's a good day. Pretty scenery, steep climbs. All girls do it good though, temperature-wise.
I drove up it. Had to watch the truck getting too cold because it's a truck and we just drive up hills on this trip. So, but other than that, it was really fun. I've been on this road before, but never in a truck that I actually like driving. So it's very cool.
It's Colorado.
Yes, we did.
Tell us about trying to get here to go wheeling for a long time.
Yeah, over 15 years or something like that. Dude, like, I've never seen something so, like, vast, and it is just the most beautiful scene, or, like, it's pretty wild. And then with all the aspen changing colors, like, the light hits the leaves and, like, turns them, like, this gold color, so it's pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
From the pass, it was a rapid descent down into the mountain town of Silverton, Colorado, which stands at 9,300 feet in elevation. Now, roads are not the only way to get between Silverton and Durango. There's a scenic railway that'll get you to both places, and I highly recommend checking it out. Now, Silverton is a cool town, but it's a little touristy, and I had a much cooler stop in mind for the group just a little ways ahead.
So we just got here to the Mayflower Mill. It's an old mining operation outside of Silverton, Colorado. This place is awesome. It looks like it was in operation and then someone blew a whistle and everyone just walked away. There's like Pepsi bottles on the counter from 1990, I think, when the place closed. There's evil looking machinery of all sorts in there, and it's all intact and still. Even the bucket line that goes all the way up to where the mine is, where they would bring the ore in, and actually the workers at the end of the day and the beginning of the day, they'd ride the buckets up and down in there. I can't imagine it, but I mean, you can still see remnants of grease on the cable. It's awesome. If you have a chance, definitely come out here and check it out.
Act like you're looking at something behind him.
Come on, Fred, put your back in you.
Yeah, act a little. Oh. Keep flashing his lens.
Hit the lens and then go behind you. Slow the hell down. What the hell's wrong?
Fred, I got terrible news. J.J. Abrams is never going to hire you to do a movie.
Werner and Herzhager taught me everything I know. Hanging out in the mine, hanging out in the mine. Smoother, a miner. What would be your thoughts right now? I'd be like, it's too quiet in here. We got to get these machines back up and running. Whoa. All right, that's good. We're starting to get the machines up and running. This place needs to be so loud that they can hear it in town. All the clanking and banging and ball crushing, gold mining stuff. Derek, did you see this?
Is this a square body alternator belt?
Pretty cool piece of history. What do you think, Corey?
I think this is amazing. The fact that it ran to 91 is amazing, which means most of the stuff in here is still functional. It's been upkept. But my favorite part is that machine shop up there with that South Bend, change the belt, change the speed lathe.
You guys having a picnic down here or what?
Yeah. We're conscientious objectors of mining, so we're staying here.
That's right.
What they're mining, but
We don't like miners. Nobody should be underage.
yeah, there's probably child labor going on.
I'm kidding. We're just being lazy, taking a break.
Too much tortilla.
Yeah. Is this the prettiest place you've ever eaten a burrito?
It's really nice.
No, I wear a short.
I do like a burrito in a nice location. Look at that. There's culture. It's amazing.
Welcome to Colorado. Why don't you just cut them off so you can see the pockets hanging down?
Right.
I mean, they're old short.
Yeah, man, even watch I work shorts, dude. I got could build 3 more scouts with these shorts before they're worn out.
Cut them off about.
We departed pavement right outside of Silverton on the way to Mayflower, and we are not headed back there. We are actually headed further into the San Juans, and as we go up in elevation, that means that the roads are going to continue to deteriorate. And while we may not need it for traction, well, letting some air out of the tires is going to make the ride a whole lot easier as we continue to explore these historic mountain places. All right, well, we are part of the way into the San Juans here. The road's in really rough shape. It's gotten just a ton of traffic this summer. I was actually here over Labor Day, and this place was a zoo, and the road shows it. So we're gonna air down just a little bit, just to kind of take the edge off some of the bumps, so make it a much more pleasant drive. We're doing about a 23-mile loop through here, so it's gonna be like this for a while.
Animas Forks is a well-known historical location on Colorado's Alpine Loop. Beginning as a mining encampment in the mid-1870s, by 1883, 450 people lived here during the mining season. At its height, Animas Forks had its own newspaper, post office, hotel, saloon, general store, and about 30 cabin residences. However, as mining profits dropped, the population declined, and in 1910, the mill closed and many of its parts were relocated. By 1920, Animas Forks was a ghost town. Today, the site is on the National Register of Historic Places and is managed by the BLM, with several of the remaining original structures having undergone stabilization to help them survive and be appreciated by thousands of visitors each year.
We lost it in the back, but the smell is amazing. It
smells like
you can see the stars. It's like huffing gas. It's so, I don't think I've ever so bad. It's so bad.
But you love gas when you're in this car anyway.
Yeah, you're huffing gas in here no matter what. It vents out the bottom, but there's nothing protecting us from what's underneath. You know?
I come up the hill and I was breathing like I just ran a 5K. They're like, they'll try, and I'm like, they don't live first like 100 foot above sea level.
I couldn't imagine living out here and then you wake up here and you have to hike up to that to mine some gold, and then come back down here. You have your 4 neighbors. Pretty wild. A short walk to Silverton. Probably rode your donkey down there once every 8 or 10 months. Got provisions, extra Oreos and stuff for the cold winter ahead. All right, let's just keep rolling.
Animas Forks is a very special place situated at almost 11,000 feet in elevation. But that doesn't mean that we weren't going to keep climbing. We were actually headed to California Pass, which is even higher. And even though the road hasn't been particularly challenging, that's not to say that we haven't experienced our fair share of carnage or the need for low range.
We were crawling up this long climb. Engine and transmission were getting warm, so I decided to put the transfer case in low range, rear wheel drive, and the shifter came loose. So the shifter knob for the rear is just flopping around. So then we were kind of stuck on a hill in neutral. You got the front end in low, and we started crawling up on the front end only, and then we heard a pop, so we might have just taken out a hub, and I was going to put the front air locker in and try to just crawl on both front axles, but then these guys rolled up, so we're just going to tug it to the top and figure out if anything's broken or what our situation is. We can put the shifter back in and get it back into high or low.
You never know what's going to happen on the top of a Colorado pass. You could get stuck in a snowstorm like we're about to do, or your Jeep could break, which we're also doing. I left my cameraman at the top. He's freezing and he has no snacks, so I'm going to have to leave you guys now too.
This Jeep rental's getting a bad Yelp review. Trying to put the transfer case shifters back together so I can get the rear end to engage, so I'm not driving on the front axle. The little rod that threads into the other rod dingus is unthreaded itself. At least the transmission's cooling down and not burning my arm as much.
At least your arm's cooling it down.
Yes. My arm is blistering over and turning into leather.
3 stars out of 5. Is that what you're saying?
Hey everybody. If you're looking for a Jeep and your name is Sam Gillis, your Jeep is at the top of this pass. We're gonna ride with somebody else and leave your junk here. Thanks. No, it's good. We got her locked in low range. We're gonna drive the rest of the way in low range, and then we'll figure out how to fix it. We need high range.
With the engines and occupants sucking hard for oxygen cresting California Pass, it was virtually all downhill after, with the fiery yellow and orange tree line waiting for us below. Thanks to power steering and disc brakes, we enjoy the views as we drop from the expanse of wide open peaks down into the tight valley below via a series of super tight hairpin switchbacks. All the while to our air up spot next to the highway, thankful we weren't driving a team of oxen from a wooden wagon loaded heavy with ore. Whether it was because of the cooler temperatures or familiar mountain landscape, the Montana boys of Trask Wyman and Tim Kowarski were even more at ease than usual. So we pulled Trask aside to get the lowdown on his 1990 Ford F-350 build.
I found this truck when I was actually working at a welding shop. Shop manager there had it, and it was almost nothing of what I wanted. When I was younger, I didn't want a big block. I don't know why. I wanted an extended cab. I wanted, or a 4-door, but this thing did have a 5-speed, and the 460 was okay and had a long bed. So I said, yeah, I'll buy it. It originally had flatbed on it. I think like 30-inch tires. It was nothing special. And then as I started going into the mountains more and more, obviously I needed bigger and bigger stuff, and that's where some of the changes happened. To get to where it is today, it's got still the stock 460. It's on it a couple engines, but after that, 5-speed, and then the 203, 205 doubler from Off-Road Design. The Sterling rear end came with it. The Dana 60 front Kingpin should have came with it. It was a whole thing. But it got a Dana 60 Kingpin put back under it, ARB air lockers front and rear, 513 gears. I broke the steering knuckles off and got those replaced with some tougher cranes that are keyed, help with some of the stress a little bit better, as well as a PSC ram up front to just help with the steering when I'm got all or both diffs locked. Other than that, it's pretty basic. With the low gearing of first with the ZF and the 513 gears, it's pretty controlled over the rocks. It still leaves a little bit to be desired as far as low range, especially in Montana where we're snow wheeling, but it does okay. 20-inch bead locks on it right now to run the Black Label Milestars. They've been awesome so far. Other than that, it still has long bed, factory fuel tanks, factory fuel system. I wanted this thing to turn on. When I'm up in the mountains, I don't want to have any issues with a tune not doing the correct things or anything like that. It's not a powerhouse. It's pretty slow, but thankfully with the big block power that I didn't know I wanted when I was young, it's gotten me out of a lot of situations. It's got a ton of torque. I can almost kill the engine and it comes back. And overall, it's been a great truck.
All right, we are done with the San Juans. We went over 3 passes, right at 12,000 feet, one a little bit over 12,000 feet, and I think the other one was just under 12,000 feet. So we're unlocking hubs, airing some tires up. We're gonna hit the highway, but you know what? The scenery is not done. We're about to do the heart of the $1 million highway. These guys have been blown away with the scenery so far. It's about to get even better.
That was beautiful. At home, we don't have this kind of elevation gain and descent, and to see all the fall colors, it's just very warming to the heart.
We do.
I do. Would you like that grease gun? Yeah, but
maybe
first,
it's
sock check, fool.
Hold on, we have to go over pro rate.
socks. He's not even down.
All I gotta do is pitch over the wall.
Not even down.
Hold on, I gotta reset the pump meters.
He's so cute.
All right, it's Lucas Red and Tacky. Sweet. That's the good stuff, bro. I'm gonna use it up, bro.
I got 3 other tubes. Don't worry, buddy.
200. Oh, they had like 7,000
Where'd you find it?
in the middle of the mountains. Where we stopped where the 2-track went by.
What pressure are you running at?
Going to javelin balloons? Nowhere in Arizona. Nowhere in
New Mexico.
in New Mexico. Yeah, we go across the Colorado line, and yeah, we like our kids.
At 30, 40.
So we'll have a little war tomorrow.
My favorite vehicle features on your whole rig is how I can just put my hand right here and it just goes right through. No problem. Look at that patina.
Here's the
Awesome.
I didn't want to stiffen it too much.
Gotcha.
Right?
You need
I want the
flex.
flex, you know? Like what if we want to take the back off someday?
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you never know. But we were hitting that road. Somebody told us we were losing rust out the back of. Well, good. Self-clean me lighter for tomorrow. Right? Let's bring
go
up the rock.
wheeling.
Yeah, let's go wheeling. Yeah.
Factory track bar right here, ripped off the frame. This gentleman stopped us, asked if anybody had a welder. Of course, Chris loves to weld, and he can fix it. So Chris looked at it and said, yeah, he could do it. So we're gonna weld him up and get him back on the road.
Inside and get everything back in here in the right spot.
After airing up, we promptly hopped onto 550 North at Ironton, otherwise known as the northern half of the $1 Million Highway. Guys, this is one of the most epic drives in the entire United States. We're talking shelf roads, waterfalls, hairpin turns, snow sheds, and a whole lot more. It's breathtakingly beautiful, but 1010 do not recommend doing it with a heavy trailer. Ask us how we do.
It's always a little bit weird when we roll into a town after we've been out camping for a couple nights, or even just one night. So we got all these trucks, big old tires, everybody's dusty, dirty, and we've probably been eating like garbage. And we roll into town and we like take over gas stations, destroy bathrooms, buy up all types of junk food, and then in about 25 minutes we're gone. So we're like this weird Viking tribe of marauders that kind of come into town and spend a whole bunch of money in these crazy 4x4s, and then we just disappear. Which has got to be awesome if you're, like, imagine driving to work or you're just out walking your dog and all of a sudden all these crazy circus vehicles parading through your town. It's the best.
We're almost like a rolling tornado.
We are like a rolling tornado. We have been through tornadoes. There's been years where we were driving along and the tornadoes have hit. There's a touchdown nearby and we had to like divert our whole course to stay out of the storm. It's been perfect. But that's part of the fun of this whole thing because you never really know what's going to happen. You get dusty, you get wet when it reads, you drive through mud, drive over rocks, stop and fix stuff, trucks are overheating. And then you cruise down the highway and figure out where you're going to sleep that night. You know, it gets much better.
How was the day? Epic, unbelievable. It was something I've always wanted to do. I've been all around Silverton, all the different places. I've never taken that road. I've gone up to parts of it, but never all the way through. It got sketchy for a while when the storm was coming in. We had cars that were overheating or gas-related issues. 5-10 minute fixes at the end, but with the storm clouds coming in and snow on the mountains that we're going through, we didn't want to be stuck up there in the snow. So the trees, the foliage, the waterfalls and everything else, and mines every 300 yards in some places, it was incredible, unbelievable.
It's a customer's son. He gave it to me before I came out to get all the cronies to sign it. His name is Isaac. That's him with the hat on, sitting on his dad's flatty.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was going to take a picture and show my wife because she was worried I was going to forget. I've been worried I was going to forget.
I know what that's like.
Oh, yeah, and it'd break this little boy's heart. I'd have to forge everyone's name.
What you guys doing over here?
Oh, we're just grinding a bracket down so the alternator will fit better.
Oh, all right.
So, yeah, more parking lot work for UX.
I see red lights under a Jeep. What's going on out here?
I see a broken Jeep.
You guys don't ever see it, do you?
Not really.
We seem to have got the transmission a little warm the day before yesterday, and it showed back up again today. So we flushed the burnt transmission fluid out as best we could without changing the filter and everything, and we put some fresh transmission fluid in and hope to keep the temperature down tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
What is it, a redneck transmission fix?
Redneck transmission fix.
What are we up to? Day 6. They're starting to fly by. That's what happens. Day 7 tomorrow. Bittersweet. It's the last day of UA, but we still have a whole trail day, and that's the best trail day. Today was awesome. Epic scenery. Good job, Trent. That was a rad day.
So tomorrow's trail, I'm not going to reveal the name, but for those of you that are long-time UA followers or whatever, it is the same trail that was done 25 years ago on the last day. It's the exact same trail, and that is what we're doing tomorrow. Put it down in the comments what you think, and let me know if you were right or not. So yeah.
We always say wheel for the week, not for the day, but when it's the last day, you kind of let it all hang out. But this group's kind of in the off-road groove now. They got they're in rhythm. They're all synced with the machines, and they're doing really well. You know, we're having some mechanical breaks, but that happens anytime you hit the trail. And but we're getting fixed quick, and it's been a really capable group this year.
We have have reached our final destination of Unreal Adventure 2024, but we have one more epic day of trails that we can't wait to show you.